Hello, everyone. Welcome to Beans. Happy Friday. We have a very special day ahead of us. I'm Shelley Van. That's my co-host Dan, and we have a very special guest today, the Wallet King, Lawrence Willows. How are you both doing today?
Doing well. Excited to have the power team in the building. Mm-hmm. The one and only Lawrence, creator of the wallet, master of the Wallet King.
God, I mean, these compliments are incredible. Thank you very much for having me. It's nice to come over. I'm normally the guy behind the scenes. We don't have a studio over in London that we use for tastycrypto yet, but yeah, pleasure to be here.
It's awesome having you. So tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, how you got started in crypto.
Yeah, so from London originally. I got started in crypto, it must have been about 2016, 2017. Bitcoin was trading at about $1,200, and told a couple of friends, like, oh, this could be a huge opportunity here. And they said no, and I continued to just invest into penny stocks, which then went to zero, so made the worst investment choice ever. But I have since got into Bitcoin, obviously, around 2019, 2020, but it was nice to just see how things started to change. In 2019, my friend that was in Bitcoin probably 2013, 2014, sort of decided, was like, right, you know what? Everyone is getting super excited about Bitcoin here. What could we actually do with Bitcoin? Because back then there was so many different narratives, but we were like, right, what's the most expensive asset that you're ever going to purchase? And naturally, that's the property or real estate, your house, right? So we're like, right, maybe we start a business that looks at, using Bitcoin as a vehicle to purchase property, mainly for those overseas who wanted to invest in, say, the London property market, which is, you can get some really expensive properties there, but how about we just use Bitcoin as a vehicle? So we're creating in the UK is a right move. I think in the US is like Zillow is like a popular marketplace for property. So like, right, okay, how can we use or create something similar for Bitcoin holders? And then went deep down the rabbit hole of tokenization, or RWAs as we like to call it in TradFi, and then landed in tastycrypto about 2.5 years ago. So before we launched the app originally, and then obviously we've just been evolving the product since for the last couple of years. That's my crypto journey.
Love that. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Is your background primarily in TradFi?
Yeah, so I actually started in internal audit originally.
What does that mean?
That sounds miserable.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very different to sitting in this room, let's put it that way.
Yeah.
So I started in internal audit at IG.
Oh, audit.
Audit, yeah.
Oh, I heard order, so that's why I was like, what's that? But, oh, okay.
Yeah, so it was very different, and then COVID hit, and that's when I went deep down the rabbit hole, wanting to build a business. And actually, it was only earlier I was thinking, I was like, where was I hanging out when I was launching my business? And back then it was Clubhouse. I don't know if you remember Clubhouse.
I remember Clubhouse.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I must have spent 4 or 5 hours a day, met some really cool people in Clubhouse. But it was, that is just fallen off the face of the earth now.
Yeah, because Twitter Spaces.
Yeah, exactly. You just went from Clubhouse to Twitter Spaces. But I remember you could be in like a room and maybe not Elon Musk, but people of like similar like
caliber,
size, exactly, would be rocking up to these spaces or rooms with 20 people in, which was it was wild.
That was the start of like NFTs too. I remember like all these artists, musicians, whatever would be in Clubhouse and be talking about like NFTs and how they're trying to monetize their creative work, and then 2021, 2022 bull market hit.
Yeah. I was more into Twitter Spaces and then jumped into a Clubhouse room and was not used to the difference in when you join a Twitter Space, your mic is muted. You come in hot to those Clubhouse rooms. Yeah. And I was like yelling at my partner at the time, and I was like, oh my gosh, everybody heard that. So it's my trauma from Clubhouse. But yeah, awesome story, awesome background. Yeah. Let's get into it. We're going to talk about, let's jump into the ELI 5. Dan, will you pull that up on screen? So explain it like I'm 5. Wallet, not your big old fat leather pocket book, if you will. What do you want to take a stab?
Yeah, so digital wallet. It's your crypto wallet. It's where you hold your private keys and your public address. You are able to basically hold all your coins there, hold all your NFTs, and interact with Web3 apps. So similar to a leather wallet, holds all your money. This holds all your tokens on the blockchain. It's also a browser. Like, I think like Lawrence needs to like kind of dive deep into this a little bit more, but I kind of think of it as like a browser. Mm-hmm. It's your portal to Web3. So
yeah, portal, or ticket, because it's so much more than just something that holds things. It's also like your email that you log into things
right.
with.
It's like your account, master account.
It's the gateway to the blockchain.
Yeah.
I mean, and like you say there with the leather wallet, I love, I mean, it's so backwards in that if you were to talk about cash in a leather wallet, but, you know, if you're walking around with a leather wallet with cash in, you have responsibility for that wallet. If you lose the wallet, you lose your cash as with the wallet, right? And there's a similar fashion with the wallet and the seed phrase, and needing to, you know, store those 12 words to make sure you can then, you know, get access again. I mean, it has evolved a lot in the last several years, right, with, you know, your iCloud backup, etc., like we have at the moment in the wallet. But yeah, I think it's that importance of, you know, storing those 12 words and not losing them and not storing them online. You know, it's
protect
so
the seed phrase, folks. Do not store it on a notepad on your computer.
Yeah.
Lesson
absolutely.
1. Yes.
Absolutely.
Very good, very good. So do you want to... I would like to... Can you share my screen, please? Because let's say hello to everybody who's here. Hello, Gary, Ben, Laura, Wanderer. I see some friends. Let's see. I want to make sure we're pulling in chat from everywhere. We have a question for you. Where are you tuning in from? Type a city, state, country, town into the chat, and it'll pull the little pin. It'll throw the pin on the map, or it should. We'll see. We're testing some new things. There they go. I see Chicago pins popping in. What is this one? We can zoom in.
Shrugs is in Chicago. What's good, Shrugs?
Let's go. Hello, Shrugs. I wonder how granular we can get. Don't put your personal address in there, because it looks like we can really do some stalking.
Okay, this is this is like, oh no, that's actually scrolling.
Scroll in.
Yeah, that is.
It's not pulling like your direct location. You put Chicago and it just threw you in on the highway.
I'm on the highway.
Yeah. Palos Hills, Illinois.
Where's Palos Hills?
That's south side. There they are. See? All right, everybody, where are you tuning in from?
Drop your city or country. We want to see where you're tuning in.
What a cool feature.
Isn't that fun? We got to get you in chat. Do you have your phone?
I do.
Jump on YouTube or X and put your hometown in the chat. Yeah, so for everybody listening, this is our new method of engagement. So when it comes time to giveaways, don't go anywhere. You're going to have to throw things in chat so that you're added to the wheel. We'll be far more interactive, and you'll have decisions to make. Decisions to make.
So what are the prizes?
Ooh, good question. There will be many.
Yes.
And chat will decide.
Ooh.
And as you can see, the beautiful Tasty Crypto wallet to the left of this map.
Why is Lawrence? What is that Lawrence up there?
Lawrence, Massachusetts. What did I click on? Oh, that's funny. We've got,
Anthony's in Houston, Texas.
Let's go, Anthony. We've got... Excuse me.
You sneeze.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
I know. Allergy season has hit me with full force.
No, already.
I know.
It's also like still winter, it feels like.
It's madness, but now my eyes are watering. I'm not crying, I promise. So what should we do first? Do we want to do a little bit of a wallet tour, or do we want to do something on Zora?
I think we do a little wallet tour.
A little wallet tour. Gary in Iowa, welcome. Because we have the Wallet King, why are we calling Lawrence the Wallet King? What have you been up to the last couple of years at Tasty Crypto?
So we've built the wallet from ground up. So we started with a browser extension, which is a little bit behind in comparison to the mobile. So I draw most of my attention, and I guess our attention, towards the mobile app. There's just a little bit more functionality that we've got in there. But it's been a hell of a journey, right? I mean, we were building in the depths of the bear market, right? Where, we work in a big company, in a big corporation. People do wonder, like, what on earth is this? What's going on? Is this crypto thing still going to be around? I mean, we know we're out of that phase.
Finally.
But yeah, we've built the wallet. It's similar to what you've seen. I mean, if you're a crypto native, there's a lot of functionality that's very similar to other wallets. We do have some differentiators in here though, which I think are super cool. So we, as you can see here on the screen, that carousel, we throw updates in there every now and again, so it's worth keeping an eye on what could be coming through. But this main asset screen here, if you already have a wallet and you import your wallet, you'll be able to see all of your assets almost instantly. We have a really quick auto detect functionality within the wallet. But do be aware that there are, we have several blockchains in here, not all blockchains, but I would say where most of the activity is happening on chain at the moment. So we have Bitcoin, Ethereum, we have a bunch of L2s, including Base, Arbitrum, Optimism, Polygon. I think that's probably all. And then we also have Solana as well. So there's different functionality that we have on each of those chains in the wallet at the moment. So unfortunately we haven't got swaps on Solana right now, but that will be coming in the not too distant future. But what is very interesting with the Solana address that we're putting in here, which not many wallets have, is the ability to switch between derivation path. So there are 3 different Solana derivation paths that you can go through. I mean, just talking on behalf of our developers, like, integrating Solana was tough. Like, despite the code base being written in Rust, it was very complicated as opposed to Ethereum, and having those EVM chains. So it's great that we've finally got it in here, but my goodness, it was tricky.
What's derivation path? Like, what's that mean? Like, why would you use that?
So depending on the wallet address, or the wallet provider, I should say, there's sort of 3 different routes in which you can go down for Solana. So you have like a 0, a 1, a 0.1, or something similar. But you'll be able to put it up here if you go into the menu section on the bottom right, and then derivation path Solana. So there you can see the different accounts. So
interesting.
On occasion, there are instances where certain wallets use certain paths. So as part of the auto detect functionality, we try to draw the user to the correct path. But if your Solana doesn't appear, it may be that it's in one of the other paths. So you just click on that, and the balance should then appear. Yeah, I mean, it's just.
I did not know this.
I don't know it either.
That's interesting.
I don't ever think about that. I think about RPC, like there's a bunch of different RPCs you could use, but did not know derivation path.
Yeah.
So sometimes you could open or use a new wallet app, and your Solana's just not there, and you're like, what's going on? But it's literally because it's just in a different derivation path, which we didn't when we first started developing. Like, we didn't know that.
Yeah.
So it is quite interesting. But some of the latest functionality that we brought to the wallet is the watch list. So I spend a lot of time sat in the watch list, which is down on the markets tab at the bottom left on the navy bar. What's super cool about this, which is definitely different to what you see in a lot of wallets, is the news functionality. So similar to like Instagram stories that we've brought into the wallet here, if there's a particular token that you're interested in, rather than having to go to Google, search a token, what's the latest news, or switch across to a CoinMarketCap, CoinGecko, etc. You can actually get all of that news in almost real time that we're pulling from our APIs, which is super cool. And yeah, I mean, we'll continue to evolve that as well. But I mean, what we were looking to do here is trying to keep people within one application. Like, I even find myself, you know, and I'd say arguably everyone does, switching between a custodial solution, a self-custody solution, and then somewhere for your market data or news alerts. And what we've tried to do here is, you know, bring all of those components in together. So that's sort of where I'm sat in quite a lot to see, you know, what's moving in the market now. But if you go back to the assets screen, and do pop any questions in the chat, anybody that's dialing in, more than happy to answer any of those. But I think one of the simple pieces, which is simple to somebody that's crypto native, but probably not to those that are using a wallet for the first time, is like, where and how do I get an Ethereum address? What is the Ethereum address? So if you scroll up there on the screen, to obtain your Ethereum address to be able to then send crypto to your own self-custody wallet, you click on the receive button up there, and then there's a few different options to which you can then send your crypto. So the Ethereum address is the same across all of the EVM chains. So you can see there all of those small logos, which are Polygon, Base, Optimism, Arbitrum, which are just layer 2 blockchains. They all use the same Ethereum address. If you want to transfer Bitcoin or Solana, you would want to select those addresses, which are all different and unique. So make sure that obviously if you are transferring crypto, that you send it to the right blockchain address.
Quick question: is this a SegWit or Taproot Bitcoin wallet?
This is a Taproot.
Okay.
Yeah. And then the other option as well, which you'll see on the receive screen, which is for customers that may or users that may be tastytrade customers. You can click through tastytrade here. You can log into your tastytrade account, and you can instruct a transfer or make a purchase in real time through the tastycrypto wallet within the tastytrade platform. So that's how you would load up your wallet, quote unquote. But also, if you're looking to move from, you know, US dollar or fiat currency directly into the wallet, you can do that through the add section. So once again, tastytrade route is an option, or if you already have a PayPal account with a crypto balance, or if you just have, you know, dollars in your PayPal account, you can make a purchase, and Transact's another option there as well, where you can use card payments, and, you know, it's just sort of a different vehicle. The other piece of functionality, obviously you've got send along with receive, so that would be just typing in the address that you'll be looking to send that crypto to.
I also love this feature at the top where you can filter by chain.
Yeah.
Because as you can see, I've got ETH on Base, ETH on Mainnet, ETH on Optimism. So it's nice to be able to pick the chain and know that, okay, I'm on the right one, sending to the right one. So that's
And then the exciting piece of functionality, which is why the wallet is exciting in its entirety, is compared to a lot of custodial or crypto exchanges, there's a finite amount of tokens that are available, right? So some will have 20 tokens, some may have up to 100, 150 tokens, whereas in the wallet, you can access tens of thousands of tokens, right? So all you have to do is click that plus button, or if you to go back, you click that plus button.
Oops, I'm hitting the wrong one.
That's the puppy, just there to the right of the networks. And you can scroll down here, and you can scroll and scroll and scroll until the cows come home. Have you heard that expression before?
Yes.
I have.
Okay, good. Because we do get that sometimes. I'm obviously bringing out some expressions from the UK, which sometimes go straight over the head, like my joke I made earlier. But so there's tons. You've got tons of tokens in here, but I would always make sure, if you're going down to the long tail of the list, just double checking that contract address aligns with you know, the real token, which, I mean, you can probably explain how you've experienced that in the past.
Yeah,
Can you show that real quick, how to like import a custom token?
Sure. Which contract address should I?
I mean, just go through and just show where you would paste it in.
So it would just be import, and then you would copy and paste the contract address from wherever you have it. So like if I'm shopping on CoinGecko or CoinMarketCap and I see a chart that looks appealing to me, I will then go to the contract address, because they're always listed. And something that everybody, especially in TradFi, needs to know, tickers are not unique. So if you just search a ticker, it may not be the right one that comes up. So always look at contract address. So I would then put that in here and hit continue, and then it would be added to my list.
Yeah.
Jose says, "This is so cool. I've been wondering about derivation paths since the beginning." So there you have it.
Yeah, there we are. It's definitely a bit of a unique differentiator. I mean, there's a finite amount of people that are really going to be using that or even know about it. I mean, how long have you been in crypto and not used it?
Didn't even think about it.
Yeah.
You just don't know unless you're using multiple wallets and then realize, damn, where's my Solana tokens?
That's how I discovered SegWit and
Taproot.
on Bitcoin,
Yeah.
because I sent to the wrong one and was like, no, where did it go?
It's Taproot that does all the ordinals, runes, and stuff, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And that was what made me discover the wrong way to then find the right way.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, have you been keeping track of what's been going on with ordinals and runes? Or not really?
I was involved with launching a project back in the summer, and then everything went downhill, and I just stopped really paying attention. I still hold a bunch.
One of them's taken off a little bit. Dog.
Yeah. I think the big thing with ordinals and runes, actually just Bitcoin in general, is
Do you want to share your screen?
yeah. It's the fact that you can't really there's no smart contracting language. Like it wasn't built to be something you could program on necessarily. So now with like the Taproot upgrade and some of these other changes, there's like a lot of infighting with Bitcoin Core developers. So it's just slow, right? It's got 10-minute block times. It's not a computer that was built to have a smart contracting language. So you can't really build scalable apps on it. So people are trying to solve that with Bitcoin Layer 2s, some of that other stuff that is coming, like Fractal Bitcoin, or Liquidium is actually a lending platform for ordinals and runes, which got a lot of traction. It's just, I don't know, it's tough to build apps on it, and it's tough to build like responsive scalable apps on it. So I think people are running into that issue right now.
I thought it was going to pick up much faster because it was probably about 2 years ago now. I went to the Bitcoin conference in Amsterdam, once again when we're in the depths of the bear market, and they were talking about building on top of Bitcoin, which is the first I'd ever heard of it. I was like, what on earth is this? Like, I thought Ethereum was the base to be building on top of, but it just feels like there was a bit of a hype around the ordinals at first, whereas now it just sort of fizzled out a bit. I mean, Bitcoin Lightning Network. I mean, have you used the Bitcoin Lightning Network really?
No, I ran a Raspberry Pi Bitcoin Lightning node for a little while, and then just stopped because, like, I don't know. It's kind of one of those things, like, it's not convenient to do. It's slow. You got to run hardware.
Yeah.
Nobody really wants to do that. Hobbyists tend to do stuff like that.
I guess really it was designed. The Lightning Network was designed for it to potentially use Bitcoin as a payment rail.
Right.
Whereas now, since that came about, stablecoins have gone through the roof. And
Right.
I guess realistically, it makes more sense to use that as a payment mechanism or rail than Bitcoin. But Bitcoin's on the move today, I think, isn't it? With a bit of an upside. I mean, Fartcoin has been going absolutely bananas. It's all we've been talking about in the office, isn't it?
Just farts.
Farts.
We're just talking about Fartcoin.
General farts.
Yeah, this is going absolutely bonkers right now,
Yeah.
especially in this market. 3 months.
Oh, we've got someone from California here.
Jose, watching from California. Welcome. So did you want to show anything else or highlight anything else in the wallet before we move on?
So I think the other piece that's particularly interesting is the amount of details that we have on the token level. So if you were to click on, say, Ethereum there and scroll down, you'll see there's a bunch of data in here which is more familiar to those possibly in the TradFi space that are traders traditionally. And then a really cool tool here is the dollar cost average calculator. So looking backwards, you can tap in how much if you were to put a recurring purchase in over.
This is the regret area.
This is the regret portal.
Yeah.
But it is interesting. It's interesting to see,
Yeah.
and I think it's quite a cool differentiator.
So this is currently telling me if I would have invested $10 monthly. Is that right?
Yep. From Jan 23 to April
of now.
25, yeah. That's where it was sitting.
Huh. Okay.
But it doesn't
regret
actually.
curve.
But it, yeah, right. It doesn't actually buy it for you though, right? We haven't.
No.
Okay.
So this is just just an indicator of, I guess, past performance, which is quite cool to look at. Just seeing how dollar cost averaging, really works.
And this is really interesting because no other wallet puts stuff like this. There isn't, like to your point earlier, there isn't one place where a wallet app has all these things.
Yeah.
So I think we've been sort of chatting, and this really is a trader's wallet. This really is an investor's wallet. Mobile first, responsive, has basically all the chains you need, and all the research and details you need. So I think did a really good job.
Yeah.
Really good job.
Yeah, well done, Lawrence.
Appreciate it.
Let's look at something that isn't.
Not just me. Let's. I mean, we're putting Wallet King. I mean, it does scare me a little bit calling me Wallet King. I said to Shelley yesterday, I was like, it reminds me of Crypto King, and that is not a good. That's not a good person. But as long as we stay above board here, we're good.
I suppose this is not the best time to be looking at the dollar cost average, because if I invested 4,600, I would have less because the markets are wrecked right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's why. But it's also then good to see that, right? Because it
Right.
isn't just upside. That is the thing. But it's the same as anybody investing in traditional markets, right? You top up your ETFs or your pension pot every month with X amount, and you see that exponentially increase because of the compound interest. I mean,
Right.
that's not going to happen with a number of quote unquote meme coins. Where quite possibly. I mean, we saw Goatius Maximus this morning is down from like a couple of bucks to about 4 cents. So you're down 99.9%.
Well, this is a long tail asset class. So like, there's basically a few winners. Would you ever have a P&L tab? Jose says, would you ever have a P&L tab for each token that you own in the asset section?
Absolutely.
We've talked about that,
I mean,
right?
that is on our roadmap, and that is definitely a differentiator. Like, there's no wallet out there that gives you a clear indication of where the balance sits. I mean, the one piece I can recommend is leveraging the likes of Etherscan, Payscan, etc., and you can actually click onto the prior value.
Here, let's show
and it
that
gives
really
you-
quickly. So, like,
Yeah.
I bought Aerodrome yesterday. I just put in $20. But so for me, I would go to my activity,
Yeah.
and then you can see that I swapped ETH for Aerodrome.
Yeah.
Go to this completed, and then here on Bayscan, I can see the dollar amount that I spent, so that I can kind of understand what my P&L is down here. So here it says 2025, and if you click on it, this was the estimated value on the day of the transaction,
Yeah.
$19.91.
Yeah.
So now, if I hit back and I go and I look at my assets and I look at Aerodrome, I'm up a few cents.
Nice.
Woot! So
nice.
almost $1. But so, or a little over $1. But yeah, please, please, please make that happen.
Sounded like Sabrina Carpenter then. That's
Oh.
how she goes. Please, please,
Oh.
please. Do you know that song?
Yeah,
You do?
of course.
I didn't.
I heard it.
Okay.
I heard it. You don't know who Sabrina Carpenter
No, I
is?
know who she is, but I'm
I've
not
seen her in the
familiar.
summer actually. Going
Are
to a
you?
concert, yeah.
You know her?
Wow.
No, no. Okay. One of the 60,000 in the stadium.
Also, my stone cold lock of the century, Aerodrome. Had to bring that up.
It is quite interesting, and I mean, I think that's probably something useful to share. I know we're jumping in and out of the wallet here, but
Yeah.
the using DeFi Llama or
Yeah.
similar websites is really interesting. To get that background context and fundamentals on these companies.
Right.
And that's what we were trying to do here with the token details, and eventually we'll revolve it further where you can actually see the revenue that a particular protocol is generating on a minute by minute basis,
Right.
as opposed to what you see in traditional finance. If you're investing into a company, you get your quarterly results and thanks for coming. Whereas you look at an Aerodrome, a Uniswap, etc., you can see what fees are being generated on a daily basis, on
Right.
an hourly basis, minute basis. So you can really make decisions on market cap versus some of the fundamentals, rather than just clicking hoping that something goes up.
Right. And I think also to your point about TradFi quarterly reports or whatever the public reporting is, they're not always transparent. Like they're required by law to report certain things, but you really don't know, to your point, the granularity or minute by minute, day by day actions of what's going on internally. Whereas on the chain, you could see who's holding it, what major wallets are moving in and out of it, what the TVL is, how the tokenomics work, everything basically. And I was explaining this to someone in the office because they were making the point. They're like, "Well, I should think it's bad. Like, there's no privacy. There's nothing. Why should you be able to see everything?" And I'm like, "Well, no. It's transparent. It's a transparent ledger. Like, in fact, I think that signals to anyone that cares about property rights and transparency that, hey, any normal person can get on chain and see that here's what's happening, here's what the protocol is doing. You can look at the code. I think it's just a better system, right? And yeah, sure, there's a ton of shady things that happen. I think narrative chasing is bad, to your point about like AI coins, some of that. But speculation drives innovation, right?
And yeah, absolutely. And I think what's really valuable as well is the distribution of revenue,
right,
for some of these tokens. Where
right,
if we're talking TradFi again, you get dividend stocks which will pay out, on probably an annual basis or a half-yearly basis, whereas you can get rewards real time, from
right,
being a holder of some of these protocols, which is really fascinating
yeah,
and insanely transparent. I think the only part on the transparency which has caused issues for, I think, some big players and institutions is without, efficient like dark pools which are sitting on top of these tokens. It can be very easy for the consumer to front run some of those bigger institutions that are trying to exit. So there's like that fine balance around like how do you exit a ginormous position without the rest of the market front running you.
Yeah.
right, right.
Which is what obviously they manage to manage now in TradFi.
Yeah, yeah.
Can we touch on the DeFi browser really quickly? Actually, I take it back. We will, after Dan, we put something on chain.
Okay, let's do it.
What about the prizes? Would you like to spin the wheel?
We will, but one of them is going to be what we mint. So we have to mint something.
I thought you made a joke there, and you're like, we will.
We will. How accents for you? How's Chicago? Are you like bombarded by?
I mean, I'm so used to it now.
Okay.
I mean, dealing with Mr. Ryan Grace, we've been having daily calls for the last 2.5 years, so I'm used to the American accent.
Mm-hmm.
I've actually only ever been to Chicago in the US,
Mm-hmm.
but later this year I'll be heading over to hopefully San Fran, LA, and a couple of cool places. But no, I'm pretty used to it. I mean,
Yeah.
the biggest one that stands out for me is in the UK we have something called a strimmer, right, which is to get rid of the weeds. Whereas you guys call it a weed whacker.
Weed
when
whacker.
I first heard that, I was like, what on earth is going on? Like a weed whacker. Like for anybody outside of the US, that is just crazy.
Weed whacker.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
It is. I mean, it's very literal.
Yeah.
So
Whack 'em.
Wax weeds.
Mhm.
Fair enough.
All right. So, in honor of Lawrence,
sharing?
yes, in honor of Lawrence being here today, and all the hard work he's done on the wallet, and all the awesome features, we are minting.
What are we calling it?
Thought
Wallet
we were
King?
calling it Wallet King.
Are we? Yeah.
Or
That's
Mr.
going to be your ticker,
Mr. Wallet.
Mr. Wallet.
Mr. Wallet.
What do we say, chat? What should we name? Everything is truly more classy in the UK. Yes,
Yeah.
Ben. Are you calling it a trimmer? Is that what you're saying?
A strimmer.
Strimmer.
Yeah. Which, I guess is the string and a trimmer. So is the strimmer. That is possibly what it is. I mean, I don't have the history of the term, but that quite possibly is it. Because I guess you have, it's like a piece of string. Or
Oh, yeah.
A wire that
Yeah.
Wire, yeah.
Plastic.
wax
Plastic
those weeds.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So
That
what
is
what-
actually a cartoon picture of me in that exact clothing.
That's from a real baby picture
That's a
of
real
Lawrence.
baby picture of
Oh
me.
my god.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Inspired by an 80s photo of me as a baby.
Oh my god.
Show the camera. You have to show the
Alright, can we
camera.
show the
If they
camera?
can see. Baby Lawrence!
Oh.
Mr. Wallet King.
Mr. Wallet King or just Mr. Wallet?
I
Mr.
kind of
Wallet
like
King.
Mr. Wallet, but don't put a period in there.
Okay.
Because how does that work for the ticker?
I don't know. We'll have to see. We could change it. We could change the ticker.
His Majesty.
Can you?
A classy chap who...
Classy chap.
Just a classy chap. Okay.
Look at him. Classy chap.
Prim and proper.
Mm-hmm. Go for it. I love it. You seen it here first, folks. The third Tasty Crypto NFT is being minted onto Zora as a token. Adorbs Baby Wallet King. Yep. So any 80s babies will understand the like 80s baby photography, at least in the US. I don't know if this was a UK thing.
I'm not sure.
We're not sharing my screen, so let me look. My mom, shout out to my mom, she found the photo of me as a baby because I was like, what on earth is this style of photography? Where you have like the silhouette of the baby's soul next to the baby on a black screen. So anyway, we were just joking about like the hilarious photography from the 80s. So that's the story behind Mr. Wallet.
All right, this is minted. So, I'm gonna drop this in.
I'm gonna go through the DeFi browser and mint it on
Okay.
my wallet.
Okay.
So can you share my screen again, please?
Yep.
So from the Tasty Crypto wallet, I go to the DeFi tab, and then I search Zora.co. There is a Zora app, which I have not played with yet. Not now. There it is!
Oh, there we
3
go.
holders already. Oh, it's adorable. I love it so much. So I'm going to hit trade. I'm going to buy a nice little bag. Come on. Come on. Why isn't it letting me? Oh no, oh no. If this doesn't work, I'll do it from browser in a little bit, but it's not letting, oh, change network. That's my fault. Okay, Wallet King. Let's see. I am connected. My balance. Maybe I'm not connected. Log out. Should be. Oh no. All right, let me restart. Yeah. And apparently, let's see. I got a message saying that Laura, Mom, has minted something else on Zora. So we should also look for that. But can you pull it up on browser and show who the holders are?
Sure.
That is amazing.
How does it feel?
Feels good.
Yeah?
Feels good. I feel like I'm going to have to get a physical. I'm going to have to get a physical version of this and stick it on the wall at home.
Ooh, yes. Frame that. Frame it. Okay, I will try this from browser in a little bit, but this is one of the prizes that will be an option to give away. Do you want to show our other 2 drops? Just go to the Tasty Crypto. And how are they doing?
FUD Daddy is down in market cap, but we almost broke 200 holders, which I think is a massive win. This went a little bit viral, I think.
Love that. So,
Oh, GM.
Milana Rupin, Jay Horizon, welcome. How is everybody doing today? We're gonna skip this one.
Do you want me to take to yours or?
Yes, I'm going to add an option really quickly and hope. No, actually, I'm not. Let's do in chat. Tell us what you want to win: Fud Daddy or Pump Me Daddy. The third option didn't save, but the third option is Mr. Wallet. So let's see between Pump Me Daddy and Fud Daddy who wins, and then everyone will receive, along with that, some Mr. Wallet. So it'll be a double giveaway.
Okay.
So first we're going to figure out what are you winning. Fud Daddy versus Pump Me Daddy. And then we'll choose a winner. So in chat, type a 1 or a 2 and we'll see who wins. Jose, you're gonna get Mr. Wallet either way. So 1 or 2 in chat. Number 1 or number 2. So far we got a vote for Pump Me Daddy. Let's see. What would you want to win?
I think a bit of my own, Mr. Wallet.
Yeah?
I want some Mr. Wallet.
Yeah.
It looks pretty cool.
Fud Daddy's pulling ahead.
Oh, Emily's there. That's my girlfriend.
Let's go.
Oh, hello, Emily.
Hello, Emily.
When is
From
she
the
going to
U-
come
from the
over?
UK.
Yeah, from the
Yeah.
UK.
Yeah,
When is she coming over?
that's a very good question. Maybe in the summer. We'll come back over in the summer.
Yes.
That'll be good. Do a weekend in Chicago.
Aren't you guys taking a trip?
Yeah, that's
Oh,
what
that
I'm
is
a
doing.
trip.
Yeah, to the west.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's in September. But maybe July time, something like that.
Love that.
That'd be cool.
All right, we will wait just another second. 1 or 2 in chat. Fud Daddy versus Pump Me Daddy. So Fud Daddy is Tom Sosnoff, and Pump Me Daddy is Tony Batista. So we've got an internal war going on here. And all right, we're gonna call it Fud Daddy. So let's get everybody's name on the wheel, which it looks like. You tell us if your name is not on this wheel. Say something in chat, and we'll make sure we refresh to get your name on there. And all winners will receive Fud Daddy and Mr. Wallet. Frank coming in with the hot questions.
Coming in hot.
No pressure, Lawrence.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Where are we? Prize will be Fud Daddy plus Mr. Wallet. Everybody got their name on the wheel? First winner. How many winners should we have?
3.
3?
Oh.
We can't win.
What's that about?
I think you can delete. Yeah.
Steve Hawk, GM. Is Steve's name on here?
Refresh it real quick.
Let's make sure.
There it is.
There we go. Milana! Congrats. For anybody new, please jump in our Discord. We have a form to fill out. If you win, I will refresh to make sure we got Crypto for Retire and Elena on the wheel. Fred Arm is here. GM. Anybody else? Come on. You gotta get active in chat, and your name will automatically appear on this wheel for a chance to win a bag of Fud Daddy and Mr. Wallet.
So for anyone new, how would they get their name on the wheel if they're watching on Twitter?
They just have to comment.
Just
Okay.
comment.
Yeah.
Bad Sheep. Congrats.
We got Sale here too, so.
Sale, what's up? I think, is their name? Yeah,
they're
Sales.
on there.
Sales here. We're only doing 3 winners, huh?
We can do 5.
Logan, what's happening? Enchant, I don't think we have your info. So jump in our Discord, please. We need you to fill out a form so we can get your wallet info. And we didn't even make a big, huge announcement. We are caught up with
Yes.
giving away, with distributing prizes.
Yeah.
Shout out to Kronos, our community manager. That was a task. So we'll make sure Logan is on here. There we go.
And if you're not in our Discord, you could scan the QR code below on the lower third and jump in.
Crypto for retire. Congrats. We'll refresh one more time just in case. Fill those bags, fill those bags. And if you don't already have a wallet, download the Tasty Crypto wallet. Steve Hawk.
Good choice.
Steve Hawk.
Revanche
Nice.
is here.
Coming in late. Are we doing one more?
Doing more.
Okay. We'll do another round at the end as well. So stick around. Gary, the OG.
All right.
Where's the location map? Is that still up and running?
We can go back if everybody wants to drop your location. Just write state, country, town in chat.
City.
City. And it'll drop on here. We've got somebody. Let's see. Is this Emily? In
Could
London.
possibly be
There we go.
in London.
I love how granular this gets. This is really funny. There we go. So yeah, tell us where you're from. Or make it up. We don't know.
Mhm.
So, what else are we forgetting? Oh my gosh! We have to show the charts that we bought, Dan.
Oh yeah, we forgot about that.
We did forget. Okay, so really quickly.
Do we want to do the burn thing
Yes.
or whatever it
Let's
is?
see if we can do it. Go ahead and share my screen. I'll do it through here.
You're up.
Okay. So for anybody who missed the steps here, I just went into my Tasty Crypto wallet, into the DeFi browser, and opened OpenSea. I collected a few new NFTs yesterday. And these charts by JVMI are quite interesting. There is a burn mechanism where if I go to the website, you can submit two, one to burn and one to elevate. So I want to see if we can do this through this browser. It's just a very clean art piece. So let's try to see. Oh, I just closed out like a fool. Well, I just actually want to go to the website, so I'm gonna go here. And connect with Wallet Connect. So how would you recommend I do this? Do I hit Connect Wallet? Select
Select wallet, yeah.
Select Wallet. Oh, and it
There we are.
automatically pulls. That's slick.
Bingo.
I like it.
Yeah, it's just something to be aware of. If there are dApps, and remember, always check the dApps before you go and don't just go connecting and signing random applications. Make sure you do a bit of due diligence on those dApps. I mean, you've probably had experiences, right, of connecting to fishy dApps.
Oh yeah. I've gotten drained a couple times.
And what is draining for those that are?
Just connecting to a malicious site and having your wallet drained. I think that's a good point too. Is we're not to the point where security is. I mean, security is a big thing in the space, but it's hard to tell what you're signing if you don't have certain extensions running. So always double check the site. Always double check the contract address you are interacting with. It's on you, really, in this space. You hold your keys. You're self-custodying everything. There's no one.
Hold the responsibility.
Yeah, there's no one coming to bail you out if you sign something malicious, just like if you click a malicious email link. So.
All right, which ones should I elevate? Or I have to burn one and elevate one?
You should burn the green and the blue, like that one. Yeah,
These two?
yeah.
Okay. So, which one am I elevating, I suppose is the question.
I think I think they both combine together. I just did it. So
Oh, you did?
Yeah, it just.
Way to go, Dan.
You can choose MGNV and was
Okay.
elevated, so you can choose. Yeah,
This one?
and then the blue one, and then when you scroll down, click burn, and it'll just whatever one you wanna. What do you think?
Green or blue? Green or blue?
Blue.
Blue? That was this one?
Yeah.
Continue. Permanently burn!
Absolutely, that's a great idea, Shrugs. And it's very easy to create additional wallets to test as well. We can show you in a moment in the app. We have the ability to, you can hold multiple wallets within the application.
So while we wait for this, hot wallet versus cold wallet, do you want to go over what that means?
Yeah, so I mean the cold wallet. So we don't have a cold wallet that's our brand as such. So we have the ability at tastytrade to hold your crypto in a zero hash account, which is fully custodied. So that is similar to you buy a stock, or you're parking your cash with an institution, right? Or crypto with an institution. With a hot wallet, that's the self custody wallet. That's you have the keys, you own and are responsible entirely for the crypto that's held in your wallet. There are risks associated with that, like you mentioned, around the phishing, if you're not securing your seed phrase appropriately, if you lose your seed phrase, etc. But a self-custody is the best way to, I guess, get access to the broader Web3 centralized applications, yielding opportunities, etc., etc. But then cold storage, I think is much more so for longer term holders. If you don't need to access that crypto as instantly, you would use the likes of a Trezor or a Ledger, hardware wallets, which is so hardware wallet, cold storage, the same difference. I don't personally use cold storage.
Wolf Lord, I used cold wallet.
Nice. Do either of you use a Ledger or a Trezor?
Yeah, I use Ledger.
Ledger.
Trezor for my NFTs and Ledger for if I'm interacting with multi-signature, because multi-sigs are another one. Also MPCs, which is sort of like a hybrid multi-party computation where, let's say, like Tasty would hold part of your key, you would hold part of your key, and then another third party would hold part of your key. So it's like social recovery.
Yeah.
How
often are you accessing or using the Ledger?
Not that often. I mean, I use it to interact with a multi-sig that I have set up. So my security setup is...
It's not popping up for a signature. Do you have a recommendation?
I do not.
So let's see if I refresh. Sure, it's not selected.
Start again.
Yeah, maybe.
I guess because this isn't a dApp that we've integrated, it's
Right.
possibly a couple of teething issues.
Okay. So this is the thing. Join our Discord. If you run into issues like this, we're constantly collecting feedback, and Mr. Wallet here is delivering all feedback to the devs, and we're constantly improving this user interface. So
Absolutely, and we love feedback, right? I mean, the only way the app gets better is through listening to the users. So
Absolutely.
If there's any new features that you think would be particularly cool, let us know. If there's any issues, let us know even more so. And we will make sure that we make all of those changes, and it is the best wallet for you to go to.
Yeah, we're building for you. So if you guys want to see anything, or if there's anything feature that you want to have us add, we'll build it.
yeah,
So let us know.
we will build it for you. So where are you on your Web3 journey? We've got people, Shrugs, DAO learning, interesting. DeFi 30%. DAO learning. Yikes. I don't want to touch that, but we will on another show.
Yeah.
We'll go deep,
Yeah. Real deep.
real deep.
Show you just how chaotic it is.
Oh. Get wrecked. We're going to go into speed round, folks.
Okay.
It's a real quick one. 3 questions. Okay. To answer, you have to type Q and then 1, 2, 3, or 4 for your answer. So, is it? Which currency is commonly referred to as digital gold? We got a simple one right out of the gate. Don't tell them the answer now. I can see both of you like, whoop, about to say it. Dan gives answers away all the time.
Yeah.
He doesn't let chat have a chance. So, chat, which currency is commonly referred to as digital gold? Q1 for Bitcoin, Q2 for Dogecoin, Q3 for Ethereum, Q4 for Litecoin. Get your answers in there. Jose, Wolflorb, Apsy, Shrugs, all coming in with Q1. And that would be correct. Started with an easy one. Way to go, Anthony. Yeah, Q1. Well done. Well done, well done. And we'll run some more giveaways as well. Crypto for Retire. All right, that was an easy one. After the merge, which consensus mechanism does Ethereum use? A1 for proof of work, A2 for proof of stake, A3 for delegated proof of stake, A4 for proof of authority. Do you know the answer? Yeah? You should. Okay. Let's go, let's go. Hello, Crudy. Good to see you. Sorry, guys. It's A and then 1, 2, 3, or 4 for your answer. First question was Q. This one's A, and I will make that less confusing moving forward.
Yeah, there probably we could probably put like another subtitle on there, or you can. I don't know.
Coming off of the first question, I was thinking that if the letters were the same, it might confuse, but I think we can probably just be consistent and use Q or A or whatever we want to do. All right, proof of stake has 3 votes, proof of work has 1 vote, and delegated proof of stake has 1 vote. Guys, what is the correct answer?
You want me to say it?
Yeah.
I don't want you to get mad.
I won't get mad. We've given them a chance to answer.
A2.
Yes, that is correct. That is correct. Well done, everybody. And last question. Which Ethereum token standard supports both fungible and non-fungible tokens in a single contract? This is a little more advanced. G1 for ERC20, G2 for ERC721, G3 for ERC1155, and G4 for ERC998. You couldn't resist, could you?
No, I couldn't.
So do you want to go over these token standards just briefly, high level?
Yeah. So ERC20, that's your fungible token. That's basically any token you see on ETH. It's just like tradable tokens, NFTs, ERC721. And then the 1155 is something that always confused me. Like I really forget how to like explain it properly, but the way I think of it is like a concert ticket or like a membership pass where you could have a bunch of the same of certain tiers. So you could have like a general admission and then like a VIP section.
But with a specific token ID. So it's a stack, but they're numbered.
Right.
So same artwork, just different token ID
IDs.
numbers.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's how I think about it. Is ERC 998 a thing?
I don't think it is.
There's another one that's like a wallet, some type of like digital passport rather. Soulbound token.
Like compliance related.
Yeah.
ERC, I'm lose track.
Yes. Well done, everybody. The correct answer is ERC 1155. Oh, we have timers too. This is a new tool, and it's so much fun. Turn response into images. My goodness. All right, let's get some giveaways going. Is your name on the wheel? If it is not, please type in chat to get your name added. How many viewers do we have across all streams? 182. Thank you all for being here. Please drop a something in chat.
Say something.
Say something.
Please, we're giving stuff away. We want to give you things.
We're going to give you a bag of Fud Daddy and Mr. Wallet.
Yes.
Bullish. Speaking of bulls, we went to a Bulls game with Lawrence.
We did go to a Bulls game. Let's go Bulls, as they say. Oh, it was good
They
fun.
won. They won.
They did win.
Yeah.
They did win.
Came down to the end. Was a great game.
Mac Yank in the house. We got ya. All right. We'll do some rapid fire giveaways. We're a little bit over time, so we'll just bam, bam, bam. I want to see if I can adjust the spin on this.
Spin.
Milana Rupin coming in with a 2-time win. Double in the bag.
Very, very lucky.
Mm-hmm.
Very lucky.
Mm-hmm. Plans for the weekend, guys? Dan, what you got?
I'm relaxing. I had a couple last busy weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, our boy Lawrence was here, and we went out a number of the nights here.
Mm-hmm.
So, just relaxing.
I like that. And
I
you?
have an overnight flight back
Yeah.
across the pond, so I get into the UK about 7 a.m. tomorrow morning.
Are you flying first class?
Unfortunately not. No, Mr. Wallet doesn't get to fly first. But hopefully get a bit of close eye on the flight.
Yeah.
And then I think we're going to the seaside tomorrow in the UK, even though it's not that warm.
Is that like Southampton? Where is that?
Southampton is on the
Brighton?
coast. Yeah, Brighton, that way around. Not sure where we're going exactly. Maybe Margate, somewhere in Kent on the coast, in the
Okay.
southeast. And then Sunday,
Mac Yank.
just relaxing.
Does it get warm? Does it ever get like warm down there? Like can you go in the ocean or not really?
Yeah, you can definitely
okay.
go in the ocean. I mean, it's not the same experience as going to Florida, Miami, or
Right.
anywhere.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it's cold all year round. The water is cold, but then you get used to it, right? If you're born and bred in the UK, you're used to that.
Nice.
I won't be going in the sea tomorrow.
Right.
I don't think. We shall
Might
see.
wake you up.
It might, yeah, indeed. It probably will.
Yeah. 3-time Milana Rupin has won. That bet's going to be a fat bag. We also have Laura Thomas, Crypto Priest, Bebs, Mac Yank, Ruvanchi, and we will do one more. Let's go. Good luck, everyone. Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? Shrugs.
Beans.
Sound effects. Come on,
Yeah,
Lawrence.
We haven't done any sound
Oh,
effects.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Get some sounds going.
Beans. Tasty crypto.
Oh, I love these sound effects.
Frank goes rigged. It's not rigged, Frank.
One more just for Frank. Let's see.
Beans.
Beans.
Tasty crypto.
Ben Butler. Sorry, Frank. Butler. We'll do a... That's for Frank and Lily.
How about the horn?
If we do it like rapid fire, does it actually...
I don't know.
Or is it just like cutting itself off?
I don't know.
Go ahead and listen. Let's try.
That cuts itself off.
It cuts itself off? Yeah.
All right.
Thank you so much for joining us today, everybody. Shout out to Lawrence. Safe travels. And we will be back on Monday with a very informative, educational show on chains, layers, to clear up some misconceptions or confusion on how blockchain and wallets work and how to navigate these things.
I'm going to have to study up on Blockchain 101.
Do your homework, Dan.
Yeah.
Oh,
we
speaking...
have a blockchain 101, don't we?
We
In
do.
our
We do.
learning Center.
We do.
Yeah.
There we are. Check it out.
Check it out. Have a great weekend, everyone. We will see you on Monday morning at 9 a.m. Central. More giveaways to come, more education, all the fun. Again, thank you so much, everybody. Have a great one.
See you later.
Thanks,
Peace.
everyone.